Holy darn hello! Another face video, and it's longer than a couple seconds. Today I'll be reading the article I made. I'm going to be presenting to class tomorrow. It's about lesbophobia. I did this both for a grade and also to research. If you don't know about lesbophobia, it's homophobia mainly towards lesbians. Just want to let you know. I recommend doing more research. You can also learn a lot and you can get a good grade. Here we go. I will be reading this to you. The issue with lesbophobia in the LGBTQ community by Cake. Lesbians, the very first layer of the LGBTQ community, but they aren't the first layer for no reason. This article will talk about how lesbians deal with racism, transphobia, homophobia, and fetishization. Fetishization. Why are lesbians the first letter? The reason is actually important. They're the first letter because of the AIDS situation in gay men in the 80s. When HIV and AIDS were spreading in gay men, lesbians were the first ones to help treat them. They saved lives and did everything to help gay men. Gay men and the rest of the community were so grateful, and to honor lesbians, they put them as the first letter. Note, it was not only gay men, it was also bi men, it was mostly men. But I stayed gay men just to save time, so I am sorry. Also, Pride Month was a thing because of a black trans queer woman. She threw a brick at a cop and ran. So thank you, Martha P. Johnson. I love you. Racism. What black lesbians go through never gets talked about enough. For God's sake, they are the backbone of the community. First, they get called many slur, the N-word and the D-slur, for example, and are called ugly for being black and lesbians. Second, black lesbians finally got their own flag, and many other gay people complained, even lesbians. Third of all, black lesbians have a harder time getting a partner, especially because they're lesbians. This obviously needs to be stopped. No lesbian, especially black lesbians, should be getting bullied. Black lesbians have done so much for us. Respect them. They deserve the world. If you're a black lesbian reading or listening, I may not understand what you go through racially, but I understand lesbian-wise. You mean so much to me, and people need to realize that. I mean that from the heart. Transphobia in the community is major too. I'll be putting this out here. Trans women are women, trans men are men. Trans lesbians are also the backbone of the community. They also do so much for us, and what do they get in return? Get hate crimed and murdered. This needs to be stopped. Trans lesbians are also excluded from one of the first lesbian flags, the lipstick lesbian flag. Sure, the design is pretty in pink, but it excludes trans lesbians and butch lesbians. Masculine lesbians need to be included too. Stereotypes. Stereotypes in the lesbian community are the worst. First of all, we are not all ugly. Saying, oh, you're so pretty to be a lesbian is offensive, and puts on the trope that we are ugly. Saying that to girly, feminine lesbians also show the stereotype that all lesbians are masculine and manly, which is how the D-slur became a thing. Non-lesbians cannot say it, but choose to anyway. It was originally used against black lesbians, then all masculine lesbians, and now against every single lesbian. So, like many slurs, lesbians have reclaimed it. I need to change that many to any. Impure. We are not impure. Our love is the purest thing in the world. But the media, like Billie Eilish and Katy Perry, who kiss girls and pretend to be gay for male attention, still makes us look like nothing but sexual objects. I'm looking at you, Billie Eilish. Apologize. Fetishization. The scissors trope. Not only is it transphobic, assuming all lesbians are cis, but it's also sexist and sexualizes lesbians. It is also a stereotype. Don't Google lesbian scissors issue if you don't want to see sexual videos pop up. We are so tired of being sexualized. Men are a huge problem with that. A ton of men think lesbians are hot and only exist for them. It started the whole scissors thing. We are not here for your entertainment. Cis women do that too. They either say we are gross or fetishize just for male attention. Saying, oh, I'm a child, a lesbian must be so easy is the most annoying thing ever. Being a lesbian isn't easy. It's hard and makes us feel unworthy. Calling men lesbians. This is for you, Minecraft community. It's hurtful. For example, people who call Tommy and It a lesbian are portraying the stereotype that all lesbians are just men or people who look like men. Men cannot ever be a lesbian. Ever. The meaning of lesbian is non-man attracted to non-man. Tommy is a man. He is straight and will never understand us ever. Lesbophobia. He's also a hurtful stereotype. It often is used to censor the word lesbian, as if we are a dirty word. But people do not censor the word gay or straight, usually. We are not a slur, nor a bad word, nor a cuss word. We are just women and non-men who love other women and non-men. Homophobia in the LGBTQ plus community towards lesbians is awful. But the homophobia towards gays by lesbians is also awful. But never compare the two. If you want to talk about it, make your own article. Derogatory words towards lesbians. Like I said before, we are not a slur. You can say the word lesbian, not $B, not lesbo, not sapphic, not women love women, not lesbo but censored, and not lesbo but censored even more. None of that. Just say the word lesbian. It's really simple. Non-lesbians getting in our lesbian business is also extremely annoying. If you're a bi, pan, omni, poly, or a man, you are not a lesbian and cannot say the D slur. So understand that. If you enter lesbian safe spaces, don't be shocked when lesbians attack you. I do recommend looking at more information if you want to learn more. In conclusion, saying we haven't found the right man, hate crimes, lesbophobia, transphobia, racism, etc. is common in the LGBTQ plus community and needs to be stopped. Start listening to lesbians when they say you're being lesbophobic. This was made by Tatum. I want to know your opinion on my article and what I'm able to change. I'm calling it an article, but it's really just a thing for my teacher. So, tell me what I need to change. I'll see you next time.